Thank you so much for joining us today for the Pastor's Potluck podcast. Here on the Pastor's Potluck, it's similar to a normal potluck where you might get something that you want and there may be something that you just want to pass up altogether. And that's okay. There's something here for everybody. Our goal here is to encourage you and maybe in the process entertain you. If you're ready, let's dig in. Happy birthday to you.
That is such a singing pastor thing to do.
I was like, okay, we got to have a really good way and unique way to open this up. And then Cheryl's giving me this evil eye. Look, it's the 1 year anniversary or birthday of the Pastor's Potluck podcast.
I'm thankful for that camera.
I thought you were
because if
just
not,
early.
people would have thought that was me singing.
I thought you were just early on trying to wish me happy birthday. That's all. And I was like, you're a week
No.
early. Or
No.
I didn't know what 2 weeks early.
Yeah. Welcome to the potluck.
I was confused too, but I can guarantee this is the first time we've had 4 of us on here, and it's going to be wild.
Yeah, pandemonium. That's
Yeah.
how we will describe it.
Yeah, it's going to be.
Yeah, so like it is literally in the comment description of this episode. It is the 1 year birthday anniversary. What are we going to call this?
Anniversary.
The anniversary. I like birthday too. Happy anniversary. See, it don't sound too right. So,
Nope.
happy birthday to the potluck. You are 1 year old.
Just take it in.
I don't know. I sang Anna an anniversary song. Yes, was that yesterday?
You did,
I
yeah.
did.
I just had my wedding anniversary this week, and you did. You sang to me.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Happy anniversary.
Great. I loved
Yeah.
it.
Happy anniversary
loved it.
from all of us to you. Hey.
So, congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Me and the potluck. We're just
Congratulations to the Pastor's Potluck podcast.
Mm-hmm.
It is now one. It's been interesting as we're going to take this episode just to kind of look back on some of our favorite moments and then also where we are going to be moving with this in the future. It's not going away by any means, but it's been awesome because I think for the longest time I've always wanted to do a podcast. And whenever we got hired on here, I knew that this was going to be the place, like that dream and that vision that God had placed in my heart was going to come to a reality. And talking with Pastor Scott about this, I was like, man, I really feel like we should do a podcast. And it was kind of like a same sentiment, but then also I didn't want myself to be like lost in the middle of this, like for Jared to kind of put on a mask, because I do love the Lord with all my heart, but I have these random moments where I just interject and it's a squirrel moment. And I think that's what makes this podcast kind of unique, but also like, it's like an extension of all of us, because we all have those moments. We all have those moments where it's very evident that we love the Lord and everything that we do.
Yeah.
But we like to cut up and have fun in the middle of this. So Pastor Scott, I think for most of our conversations that we have been super, super awesome conversations that we've had. I think my most favorite moment that we've had most recently was the episode 51, where we talked about the life of Jacob in the Bible. Mm-hmm. I just love the way that it just naturally progressed into describing Jacob and the labels that were placed on him, and how we can see that same story kind of play out in our own lives and how we can begin to function. I loved it just because I've been called a lot. Let's be honest, I've been called a lot of different things, some that are not safe to say on a church pastor's podcast. But for you, what were some moments for you throughout the potluck that you just look back on it and you go, man, I can't believe like some of these things that we've talked about, maybe the evolution of how things have progressed with our conversation, but just some standout moments for you.
Yeah, so as everyone on this podcast right now can attest to, I am not the fun person on staff by any means. And so my favorite part of this podcast is that I'm okay to just be me.
Yeah.
And then you guys get to be you. And so there are people to do some like lighter type podcasts because my favorite moments have been when I can teach the Bible. That's just what I want to do with my life. And anytime that I get the chance to do that, that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
And so I like that because I'm not the fun one. I don't have to be either because the next week someone's going to come behind me that's funner than me. Which isn't hard to be funner than I am. Just ask my wife. She says, like, I'm the most boring person alive.
Yeah.
And all of you that work for me probably say amen to that as well.
I disagree.
You
I
disagree
disagree.
with the funness?
Yeah, look, I mean, you're so fun. You've, like, grown a beard. That's exciting.
You tell the best dad jokes.
See, I did just have 2 killer dad jokes. But, like, by and large, though, like, I like that there are some episodes that literally it's just, like, whatever. Like, we're talking about... Gosh, I can't even remember what some of the stuff you and Anna have talked about.
Neither can we. If it
Was
makes
it
you feel
episode
any
50 was like the really random one where
Yeah.
they use the random generator. I thought
Yeah.
that was funny. But like, no, my favorite part is that there's been another outlet for me to share just what I've, some of the messages that I feel like God has laid on my heart, and hopefully it's been helpful. Which that's just kind of where I see my role in life in general is just using first off, being comfortable with how God has made me. Like, so if I am a little boring now in my old age and like he's just like gifted me in a way to be able to understand the scriptures. And I just want to help other people see that no matter what avenue it takes. So that's my favorite part of this is that after we got through a couple rounds of, like, I loved the baseball episode we did.
Yeah.
But, like, it was probably that was a nice change up. But, like, I like when we can talk about the more serious things on here and then just let you all sometimes be more silly because I'm not good at that.
Yeah. He just tried to hit us with another dad joke, by the way. I don't know if anybody else caught that, but he just said, and then we hit y'all up with a change up.
Yeah.
Did you see it on my face?
Yeah.
And then you were trying not to laugh.
Totally on purpose.
Is that
It
a
was-
baseball thing?
It is. It's a
Yeah,
bunch.
it's a type of pitch. So,
I thought so.
Pastor Cheryl, I think with some of the episodes that you and I have done, I think by far my favorite would be the mental health episode that we did.
Yeah.
I think it was just super important just to kind of open up that door and say it's okay to talk about taboo subjects, or what the world would perceive as a taboo subject. And how do we begin to navigate those conversations with ourselves or family members that are dealing with mental health? And I mean, I thought it was great because we were able to point people to resources that they may need. They can reach out to us for counseling, or if they're dealing with suicide thoughts, that we pointed them to the suicide hotline as well. But for you, what are some things that you just look back on and you go, man, I felt like super fulfilled with that conversation or that topic that we covered?
Yeah, well, definitely the mental health one. I think that's definitely one for me, one of the top ones. I'm very passionate about it. Just started a group that we're doing on Wednesdays called Parenting with Mental Health in Mind, to kind of help those parents who maybe are dealing with that or might deal with that, because it's just such a rise of, anxiety and depression, self-harm, all those things among teens and really everyone. But like, there's a huge rise between young people with that. But so it's definitely a passion subject for me. I really enjoyed the one where my husband got to come on with me and talk about books and reading.
Yeah.
Even though he stole a thing that I said the second time we had to record that. But
Okay.
I'm not bitter. It's okay. He took my good point. It's fine. We share everything. So that was really fun. It was just fun something that we both really enjoy, and getting to come and share about that together. And then I think also anytime I've gotten to share about something I'm learning about or reading. So when I came back from sabbatical and got to share some stuff from GLS, Global Leadership Summit, that's fun as well.
Yeah. So just to kind of touch on a topic that you mentioned, one of the things that I have learned personally through this is better production value. Because there had been a couple of times early on to where we record an episode and I'm like, dang it, the audio didn't record for some reason. And
Happened
so
to my first one.
Yeah.
My first one with you, and I thought the first one was so good.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So like our first couple of episodes were always like, hey, let's get to know the pastors or whatever. But it was a learning experience because we tried and tested it, but I didn't have everything kind of like written down or like locked away like in here. What I know to look for, what I know I need to check, and I think that was the most frustrating. So like moving forward, like I'm so excited that like we'll never have to re-record
Never say
anything.
never.
Yeah,
That
no.
made me uncomfortable. I
Did it
never
make
say
you
never.
uncomfortable?
No,
Yeah.
it hasn't happened to me though.
Yeah.
It hasn't
Yeah.
happened to me either, but
It's
I
happened
just
to me
don't
twice.
like saying never. It makes me
Twice.
nervous.
Yeah.
So.
But anyways, so yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to. So that's what she was referencing,
Sorry.
having to go back and re-record something because we've had to do that a couple of times. Pastor Anna, for me, I just want to say, like, whenever I got hired on here, it was in the middle of a pandemic.
Yeah.
And so one of the things that I didn't get to see before the pandemic was the success of the youth ministry. And so whenever we got here, it was, and you were doing things outside, it was always 3 or 4 youth showing up. But as things opened up and progressed, and now we're like maxing out rooms on Sunday morning, has to see almost kind of like the rebirth of a ministry. Because you're not able to do certain things, you're meeting by Zoom or whatever, just trying to maintain, but this rebirth of youth ministry, to where you're still doing those things that as they opened up, we're still meeting, we're still hanging out, we're still gathering, we're still doing our youth services on Sundays. It's been awesome to see that. So also to talk about those things here on the Potluck in terms of, hey, we were able to go jam ourselves
like
into a
real time.
van.
Like the people who followed us for the last year, like anytime we had those conversations, it was like real time. Like things are changing in front of our eyes kind of stuff.
Yes. It was, and then also my son being a part of that, because whenever he got here, he was in kids ministry and then transitioning into youth ministry, and being a parent of a kid in the youth group, and seeing that as well. It's just been awesome, just to have kind of like a backseat view almost. So, and then also having those conversations about it's been amazing. For you, what are some things that you've wanted to talk about, or maybe that we have talked about, and you've just felt like a sense of fulfillment with the conversations that we've had?
Oh, yeah. Specifically, what comes to mind is we had a conversation pretty early on about just kind of like resourcing parents and how to make those connections at home and what that can kind of look like, because that's just so huge. Like, for those who are listening or watching who aren't familiar with our location, we're not a church in town where kids just walk up or ride their bike or their skateboard. So it's really a whole family outlook. Like anytime we reach out to a kid, we're really trying to impact the whole family.
Yeah.
Because to keep that kid, we have to keep engaging parents and let them make faith a priority at home. And so I've enjoyed those conversations that we've had, and just kind of making sure that people know that there are things out there. We don't have to do stuff alone. There's opportunities to come along and not reinvent the wheel. There's stuff already out there that we can partner with and follow along with and try in our own homes to make a difference, to see our kids take their faith serious and what their next steps look like, even as a teenager.
Yeah. It's been so good to to just see like where we've come so far in a year, not only as a podcast, but as a church as well. It makes me excited for the future, for the podcast and for our church, because we're starting to like really, really, really hit a stride in terms of ministry, because we're finally going to be able to take a missions trip, actually 2 of them next year from what I understand, and start going into the world and sharing the gospel with people, which is equally important as what we do here locally. One of the things that I've noticed that we've done really well at, or it's just seeing this change that's happened in overall in our conversations. I think it's super important to have fun, yes, and we laugh and we cut up, but we started to kind of live out the introduction of this podcast. Our goal here is to encourage you and maybe in the process entertain you. I think we've always done a good job of entertaining people because we could chase squirrels like the rest of them. But if you go back and listen to the first ones, we've talked about what Jesus has done, but I think the encouragement part has grown drastically. How we can take our conversations and how are we pointing people to Jesus. Yes, we could talk about baseball. Yes, we could talk about worship and music and all these other things. But I think overall as a whole, I think we have really, really, really relied on the encouragement part. How can we make those connections with our conversations? Hey, people are going through the same things that we are going through, but how can we ultimately point people back to Jesus? It's been one of the greatest things, and one of the things I've kind of leaned on more than just looking at a table of random food and picking and choosing what we want to talk about. Can we make a spiritual connection through the things that we are talking about? How are we impacting the kingdom of God, and how are we leading people into those deeper relationships and deeper conversations that they need to be having? I think that in essence, if you do look at a potluck table, yes, it is random, but the ultimate goal is to be fed. Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes
In the microphone. He just got done eating, so he just wants to relax.
Yes. Yes.
He's got the portable mic.
Well, I'll let you all get all the fancy microphones. So this.
Yeah. Look at you.
Suffering
You're,
from
you're,
Jesus.
like, you're the
suffering
last
from
person in
Jesus.
line at the potluck.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
Yeah.
That's what the microphone says. I got here.
That means he gets to have as much of anything that he wants as
That's
well.
right.
Being,
Yeah.
I mean,
There's always strategy behind that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I do think that the podcast has a little bit of everything, which is nice. Like we try to have some fun moments, and then there's been some really, really serious moments that we've been able to cover, and then hopefully some moments where it's helped you grow in your faith or in your leadership or opened you up to some new resources. I know the original heart behind all of this was Jared's desire for people to see behind the curtains of a pastor's life, because people just don't understand what we do or really why we do it, or like they think that we're weird, which I mean we are in some way, but like we're not normally weird in the way that people think that we're weird.
Yeah.
Right. And so like just trying to humanize a role that sometimes people misunderstand. And I think that we have been able to do that a lot this year as well. So I love the potluck. I love being on the potluck, being able to have an outlet to share and kind of formulate ideas for, it's a good content generator for me in that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to kind of like piggyback on what you said, like how many times have I mean, it's happened in my life countless times. But how many times has somebody said, "You get paid to do what?"
Oh, yeah.
You're in charge of what at
My
the
favorite
church?
conversations.
I'm like, look, probably like 10% of what I do is music related, even though like I'm technically the worship pastor. But there's many forms of worship that we can take into, that we look at, like how are we leading lives of worship. But yeah, I just wanted to peel everything back and just say, look, we are working and trying to spread the gospel by any means necessary, by any outlet necessary. I mean, this goes to all the major streaming platforms. It goes to Facebook. It goes to YouTube. And it gets shared countless times. And dang it, I wish I would have printed off some of the statistics of like where, like we have people that listen to this like regularly in Germany.
It's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Give us a starter. We'll talk. Are you able to look it up right now?
Yeah. Talk.
Yeah,
Do you
let's
have a
talk.
Nana's casserole ready?
I did bring
Hey,
a casserole.
That's okay. That's
but
one of
go
my
ahead,
favorite
Cheryl.
parts.
You want a casserole right now?
I've never
Sure.
got to have Nana's casserole.
I know we never
so-
get
You haven't had
to never
casserole?
get to partake in the casserole
I
because
mean,
we're
I've
never.
had casserole. But
Sorry.
that's obvious to everyone. But we'll let Jared look up some of those stats.
That's what I
and-
think. I enjoy listening to some of your podcasts the most because there's always an extra little bit of random in there.
A
Of
little
course,
element.
I will say that I can
Shenanigans.
agree that you don't remember a lot of what you talk about because I was listening still while on sabbatical, and I sent Anna a message
Yes.
with a picture of the episode of Octonauts where there was a barracuda on there and the kids were learning about barracudas. She never messaged me back. And when I met with her and we had lunch and I said something about it, she's like, "How do you know about this story?" And I said, "You talked about this on the potluck. Like, you told the entire story in detail on the potluck." I said, "Did you not get my text about that?" "Well, I just didn't know what you were talking about." I was like, "Why is she sending me this?"
Yeah. So with me in my world, like I share, I just, in a pastor's world, you come across
Yeah.
so many people and so many conversations, but usually they're personal. And so even on the potluck, I feel like it's almost a personal conversation with whoever's around these microphones. And so I'm talking to Jess or Jared or whoever we're on here with. And so when someone from the outside says something, I'm like, "How do you know? Who told you? Like,
Yeah.
how did you know about that?" They're like, "You broadcasted it into
Well,
the world."
And I think
Oh,
that's
yeah.
what I really do love about it is because it does seem like a conversation between friends, between pastors, between whatever that you just get to listen in on. That's really,
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I'm getting invited into, to be a fly on the wall
Yeah.
and hear some details about something or hear what somebody's thoughts are about something outside of what I maybe normally would. I mean, I don't know when I would sit around and just randomly have a conversation with you about Jacob. Like, I mean, unless we were preparing a sermon series on it or whatever, we wouldn't normally do that. And so I think it's really cool to be able to do that.
Yeah. Did you have a Nana's casserole?
Sorry.
You have a thought?
No, I'm ready for casserole.
Well, my casserole today is unique because these are birthday card greetings that would double as a potluck podcast relatable statement. Okay, so
Okay.
Here's what they are. It's just a list, and you get to give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down, whether you like them, whether you agree that they are relatable.
He'll like them all
And you
because
like
he's a
them?
dad joke guy.
Well, he's
Okay.
pretty critical too. He's got the coin jar at home going.
All right.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
joke jar.
So we have to say thumbs up also
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
Okay.
Say thumbs up or thumbs down. All right.
Thumbs
so
down.
This. Oh my gosh! Somebody get
Don't
this
start
guy.
that.
Give this guy the fifth mic. Oh, it's in the other room.
I already took the bad mic, okay?
Oh man, looks like you picked up the bad attitude too.
No.
Oh boy.
Bid-up-a-doo.
Anyway,
He's been up really early today.
okay.
Sorry.
So here
That's
it is.
true.
Welcome to Nana's Casserole, where Nana, myself, has come with a dish. You can decide whether you like it or you can leave it. Today we are looking at birthday card greetings that double as a potluck podcast relatable statement. The first is, "Let's taco about your birthday."
I love tacos. Thumbs up.
Nope.
Sorry.
Thumbs
Nope.
down. Thumbs down.
All right, I'm obviously thumbs up, so the room is split 50-50. Just so you know, I'm thumbs up on all of these. So,
Cat's out of the bag now.
They
Okay.
made the paper.
all right, the next one. You are shrimply the best, badder than the rest. BATTER.
Thumbs down.
Down.
Wow. Any comments over there, Bodker?
No.
Thumbs up or thumbs down?
Because we're on a pastor's potluck podcast.
It's down.
Dang it.
That's a down.
All right. It's because you guys don't like seafood.
That's the part
I
where
like
that's the
seafood.
part where I'm
I
relatable
have
with most everybody
else.
else.
I'm short, and people call me shrimpy sometimes.
Oh,
I'm
so
just
now
kidding.
you're
Not
offended
really.
by my birthday card.
Not
Okay.
really. Not really. I don't like the batter portion. I'm okay about the shrimply the best.
I knew I should have left that
but
part out.
Yeah.
Okay. There's only 3 more greetings, so let's see if I can get the thumbs up on these. Have a great birthday. I hope it's not too cheesy.
Like a cheese grater.
Great. Okay. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up?
I'll do thumbs up.
Thumbs down.
Yeah,
No.
I don't like
But
it.
it's one that you have to read.
Hey, you know what? That's all right. Yeah,
to
well,
see and probably see the
okay.
picture.
You're a year older, but you donut look it.
I like donuts.
That's my first thumbs up, just because that is a
donuts.
topic of passion for me.
Oh my goodness.
It's donuts.
Donuts. I'll do thumbs up.
That
All right.
there may be a donut episode in year 2.
Oh, dude, what if we did this?
We
We
should
got
have
some of
brought-
the filled
No, I
donuts, and then we plastic wrap some of the questions and put them in the filled donut.
No, don't do that to donuts.
And whatever you like, hopefully not choke on, then we answer the question that
Man,
was
I was-
inside
Like
the donut.
Like
I
a
was with
fortune
you.
cookie donut.
Like a fortune cookie donut.
I was with you until you destroyed
but it's a
the
mystery
donut.
meat donut.
I thought you were gonna say. I thought you were gonna say, let's have donuts and then talk about donuts.
What if we
Yeah.
had a taco nut?
A what?
A taco nut, like a donut, but with taco stuff inside of it.
Oh no! But
All
It doesn't
right.
have to be glazed.
but while we're
It could be
on
like
it,
melted cheese
I'm
on
definitely
top.
down
Maybe.
for donuts.
Maybe.
All right.
I'd try it.
Nana only has one last bite.
It'd be
for
like
everybody.
an empanada.
The last bite of
I like
casserole.
empanadas.
Birthday cards that double as a potluck podcast relatable statement. You bake my world a better place.
Does it have
But
a picture of a cake?
I
on
don't
there,
like-
or-
Just the word bake, Cheryl.
I like that one actually.
I don't. That just says like, hey, let's throw everything in my life in the oven and turn it on.
Well, I appreciate everybody listening in on Nana's Casserole.
Yeah.
Come on back next time that I'm on the podcast, and we'll have a little more for you.
Yep. Awesome. All right. So some of the cities, I'm just going to jot off some of the more impressive ones because we've got stuff like Nitro in there, like stuff like that's around
Oh,
Places that it makes sense.
Just
yeah.
where our pastor
places
lives.
where
just
we
where
exist.
Pastor. Well, he lives so far away from me, so I wanted to. I live like clear across the other side of town.
It's okay. I'm with you there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in a different area.
Yeah. Well,
Direction.
Elkview is not on here, so
Oh no.
Well,
that means you don't
just
listen at
because
home.
I don't have my location settings on there.
Oh,
Sure.
Anthony got a hold of your phone.
She's trying to.
I
alert the
live with a
government.
tech guy, so you
Yeah.
know.
So obviously Charleston, West Virginia would be our number one because we do a lot of plugging here at the church. But Baltimore, Maryland, Parkersburg. Here's the kicker: like the number 3 one is Frankfurt, Germany. That's insane.
Number
If you are
3.
that person, would you please reach out to us
Yeah.
so we can know who is listening? Is
Yeah.
it more than one person?
Oh, multiple listens.
That's amazing.
Multiple listens from Frankfurt, Germany.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That
So-
could also be like a VPN of someone here in the States that has their location set to Frankfurt.
That's
They're
Anthony.
they're just messing with us.
Oh,
It's actually
man.
Cheryl.
We want to
and
know
her
one way or
husband,
another.
Anthony.
You can reach
That's
out
who it
to.
is.
We have a Facebook page for the potluck,
Yeah.
so you can reach out to us if you are. Let us know that where you're listening from.
Dude, if that's what it really is, I'm going to be... you shouldn't have said that. Like, I'm going to be upset the rest of the day because I'm going to be like, this is probably exactly what's happening.
Although
Somebody's telling their
can you
computer...
set a VPN to being in Antarctica? Because then we would have all 7 continents.
I don't know. I'm going to try. Yeah. So, like,
Let's figure it out.
like somebody has listened to this on all 6 continents. But Beaver, Pennsylvania, I thought that was an interesting one. Washington, District of Columbia, that's a good one. Tampa, Florida is there. Little Rock, Arkansas. Greensburg, Pennsylvania. I mean, it's all over the place.
Cool.
There's some in Texas. Obviously, I've got some friends and family there, but I don't know anybody in some of these other cities that are listening in on Texas. So that's even weirder too. But I mean, it's just so cool. I mean, in a year, we've done 52 episodes, and we've gotten, on an average, probably anywhere between 60 to 75 listens per episode.
But I mean, something that will help that if you do listen to this every single week, if you would rate the podcast on wherever you listen, that would actually get us in front of
more people.
If you think that what we normally do on the podcast would be helpful to your friends and family, also, if you would go like the Facebook page or do we have an Instagram yet?
No.
We got to get on Instagram too, but if you would go like the Facebook page and then be able to weekly share that as well, we'll be able to go even further with this, because I think 60 or 70 isn't bad. In fact, most podcasts never make it past 10 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
Never. So to be 52 weeks in, even though the listens aren't what we want them to be, really, we are going to stay faithful doing this into the future, believing that one day it really is going to catch on.
Yeah.
And you guys could actually help us a lot with that if you would help share and promote and go and rate. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Rate us on, if you're on Apple, give us a 5-star rating or whatever. That will help us get in front of more people.
Yeah.
If Cheryl whispers 5 stars in the microphone one more time.
If you're going to give us a 0, please don't rate. Nah, tell the truth. Tell the truth.
Yeah. So one of the things that you mentioned, Instagram, I did start a TikTok account for this. And so one of my goals moving forward is to take highlights of this and put it on TikTok, where we cut up or we're getting into like a really good topic. Just whatever fits in their 3-minute window or whatever, but is to be more social media presence heavy for this. It's been a awesome year. I'm looking forward to some of the things that we're going to talk about. If there's anything,
what are some of the ones on the horizon that you were particularly excited for?
The series that you and I are doing, how we're kind of like working through the lineage, kind of getting up to Jesus, I think is going to be great. I have no idea what the topics that Megan wants to talk about next week, because she's going to be on next week. I can only imagine it's going to be something funny. I'm sure that we'll both look at each other in disbelief and shock.
Maybe she'll talk about the joke
you guys
jar.
can definitely trade bad jokes.
That was so sad.
The truth comes out.
That's an inside joke though, because actually that's the second time we've mentioned the bad joke jar
In this one episode.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Is this our mystery meat?
That is.
That's supposed to go in there. Well, you know what? We should do
That was
this.
a user.
Yeah, this
or
is
a
the first
listener.
No,
one.
because it's not a mystery for her.
We do have an
I
episode
still
coming
will
up.
answer it.
I know.
We do have an episode
Well,
coming
half
up where
those
we're
are
going to
mystery for him.
discuss
Yeah.
all the things that I dislike.
Yes.
Which might be like
yes.
a 5 or 6 parter, to be honest.
Oh, man.
If I were to gauge off of your all's reactions every time I say I don't like something,
Yeah.
you would think that I could do 52 episodes on that.
I'm really
Topic.
surprised that we don't like wear robes around the office, like those churchy robes that I was showing you.
Oh, yeah.
Like around the office, everything's just painted all monotone color, and
No, moving on.
On to the next. But yeah, no, so there is some fun stuff coming up this year. And one of the things that I'm hoping to do is to find some other folks that are pastors,
yeah,
and bring them on and talk to them about their lives
yeah,
as well. I think that would be fun
yeah.
to hear from some other pastors in different contexts than us. So
Mhm.
maybe look for some of that this year as well.
Yeah, not just be so. Just be more open-minded, just because we are affiliated with Church of God in Anderson, and just to get other perspectives, I think, and just to let people know that we're all on the same team. Our goal is just pointing people to Jesus.
What about debates?
No, we
How
don't
do y'all
need to
feel
do
about
that.
debates?
No, that just takes.
I'm not sure that would be encouraging.
Yeah, that rips
Oh,
the
it would be
soul
so
out of this
fun.
I
out of
love
the
a debate.
podcast.
I don't think I'm good at debates, but I do like them. They make
What
my
if they were fun
hands sweat.
debates? What if we
Oh.
intentionally?
You mean hot takes?
What if what if we intentionally set it up to be ridiculous?
Yeah, I could go for some hot takes.
Like
Yeah.
Anna has to represent
like-
blue cheese and I'm ranch.
Listen, I feel like that's
already
what
have
happens
I
a
already have
lot
my
of
plan.
times on
I'm
the
done.
mystery
I
meat.
just created the plan.
Oh yeah, it does. That does happen on the mystery meat, which I want to take all those little pieces of paper and burn the.
Dude, I almost
That's a hot
got you
take.
with 2 that one episode because I was like, hey, let's start off with 1 and we'll do one at the end.
I do like to get it over with
Yeah.
at the beginning, though. I liked that episode that we did that because
that
it's not my because I don't tend to be the fun one. I'm not a huge fan of.
It's got to be random.
Yeah.
Hello. Listen, let me just level with you. Here's my hot take. All of those have been put in by one of us around this table.
Yeah, but we
so
don't know
at
what it
least
is.
one of us know what the thing is.
So, to my knowledge, not one of mine has been picked out yet.
Well, it's because yours were
has
terrible
been.
and we put them
Has
back.
it?
Well, one of mine was picked out, and you thought it was Megan.
Oh.
Pump you up
Yeah,
song.
I don't think
Yeah.
one of mine has been picked yet.
All the
This
ones
is a
that
good
have
one.
been,
This you might as well have written
Is this
one.
one yours?
Yeah.
some of the
They're
ones
always.
that were.
I think mine got thrown away.
They didn't get thrown away.
They were
The
like,
reason
these aren't fun. Throw them away.
this is actually from the first batch that we did and whenever we sat around in a staff meeting and
Yeah, that's what I've been waiting on mine for that.
Well, dude, I don't know.
Survivor.
Yeah.
I think
Anyways,
your sheets of paper are bigger.
it's time
Maybe
for
somebody else
mystery
had it.
meat. It's time for mystery meat. Da-da-da.
I hope
That would
it's
be
not a
fun to
song
add
one.
segment intros.
Yeah, but I need somebody to do all the.
Hey, listen,
all the
if you're a
production
listener,
value.
if you're a listener and you feel like making a couple drops for us to drop for segment intros, message us.
Hot take.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
Some hot takes, some Nana's casserole, little mystery meat drops. We'll
So
take
fun.
them. If you create something,
Yeah,
we'll take a look
Yeah.
at it.
Any sound clips from Office or Parks and Rec or Brooklyn Nine-Nine that you can work in with those?
Noise.
Yeah, that would be great. Cool. It's snack time. What are your favorite snacks? Sour Patch.
I like Gushers. I'm big on the Gushers. They're pretty amazing.
Mm-hmm.
We just got some at the house. It's very exciting things.
I had
And
those for the first time in a long time when you had those at our meeting Monday night.
Did you forget?
I hadn't had them forever.
But did you remember after
Oh
you had
my
them?
goodness! When I saw that they were on the snack table, it made my whole night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's just something about it. I don't know what it is. They're just like, it's the nostalgia plus the actual like deliciousness of them.
I will say though, after eating a whole bag of them,
Yeah, that was a bad idea.
oh my goodness, my mouth was like,
Yeah, no.
I needed so much water. I felt so dehydrated from all the sugar, and like I just felt awful.
Well, they weren't like the little snack pack bags.
No, yeah,
it
this
was like a big shareable
This was like
bag.
supposed to be shareable, and I'm like, well, I mean, I'm the only one down here, so
Yeah.
yeah, I took care of those Gushers.
Yeah, I like Gushers.
I am on a cookies and milk binge right now.
I cannot with you, Santa Claus. Oh my gosh.
Seriously, I can't stop. I love it.
Yeah.
And I do love donuts, as we've already made reference to.
That's not as.
And as soon as this
That's like
podcast
a
is over,
treat.
I'm eating one of those oatmeal cream
Oh,
pies
man.
immediately.
Yes.
I wish you were Santa, but you're just Belschnickel.
Dude,
That's for our Germany listeners.
I'm so weird with like it just depends on what I've eaten throughout the day for like the things that I go towards.
Bluebell.
Well, I mean, I can't readily get it here.
I know.
So like I like
But that's
ice
a
cream as a
treat.
late night
It's not a
just
snack.
like snack. But if like whenever I get home before dinner, I will probably go for like some like hot and spicy pork skins.
Sweet. What's that? Carolina barbecue
yeah.
sweet,
What did you
sweet
say?
and
Those
spicy
are so
barbecue.
good.
Like pork rinds?
Yeah, pork
Oh,
skins.
Anna, you eat
The
those
ones we
too.
get from 7-Eleven.
The ones from
Yes.
the 7-Eleven are the best. I forget
Yeah.
if it's like a honey
like a-
barbecue or
It's like a
it's like a
sweet
long title.
and spicy Carolina barbecue something or
Yeah,
other.
it's way too
southern.
long. It's like, why don't you shorten that?
Southern
Just
sweet
say-
and
just
spicy
say barbecue, spicy.
I don't know, but they're really good.
They are good. They're the best.
Purple
flavor.
Doritos is my jam.
Purple
Purple.
Doritos.
The
Yeah.
sweet
What is
chili,
that one?
the
Sweet
sweet
chili.
chili.
Y'all,
Yes.
those are
Yes.
So good.
Those are
Those
fire.
are the best.
But now here's something. Have you ever noticed when you're eating a bag of them, some of them are really strong in taste, and others it's almost non-existent.
Yes.
Wow.
So I accidentally got those at a picnic for Esme this past Saturday instead of the other ones. And her first bite, she was fine with and said she liked them. And
Yeah.
her second bite, she said, Mom, these are so spicy.
No.
It's
Yeah,
really weird.
so I
like
agree.
they're not all
Yeah.
uniform at all.
Well,
It's
yeah.
probably hard.
I don't
but
think
like,
any chip
I feel like all
flavoring
my
is
barbecue
ever
chips taste exactly the
fully
same.
uniform. Well,
Yeah.
maybe.
I do love chips.
Yeah. So on the chip bandwagon, if I'm out of pork skins, Pringles came out with something called like their Scorchin' line or whatever. And the sour cream and onion, like spicy
had
chip is legit good.
I like spicy chips. Flaming Hot, Fritos, or not Fritos.
Cheetos?
Cheetos. I don't like
Hot
Fritos
fries.
at all.
I like them in Frito
Hot
pie.
fries. Oh my goodness.
so
Andy
my
Caps.
Road trips always have to have like hot fries or Funyuns. I'll do Funyuns too.
I
So
can't
there's
do
a-
Funyuns.
There's a Reddit thread on that exact topic you brought up about the Doritos. Doritos have been putting less flavoring in the bigger bags than they do in the small bags for money saving reasons. But because of that, some end up with more flavoring than others in the big bags, where the small bags are more equal. It's a whole thread of people going off.
That don't
about
make
this.
any sense.
Well, I'm never happy about it because I never
So-
know what I'm gonna get.
Doritos, quality control. It all goes to this. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, once they get tumbled around in the seasoning, they just split off.
Well, I'm, like,
this goes to the little bag warehouse. This goes to the big bag warehouse.
Like my sour cream and onion and barbecue chips from Lay's, they're always the same. They never taste different one to
Yeah.
the next. But those purple Doritos, you
Yep.
never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
It is literally like a potluck in a
Yep.
bag.
It's literally this. I'm on this thread now. I can't stop reading.
Yeah.
what was the
See,
chips
I've
I was
opened up
eating?
Pandora's box here.
This is incredible.
What were the
This is
chips
like a
that I was
whole
eating
thing.
on Monday? And I was like, oh, it's like the movie Dune is in my bag of chips.
Doritos.
Doritos? Was it Doritos?
Yes.
They were like too crunchy. And so y'all are talking about numbers and everything else like
He
that.
went to tilt his
I
chip
went to
bag back.
Tilt my chip bag back, and it like all the flavoring sand got in my eyes. And Anna, and so Anna's watching me, and I'm like, and then, like my eyes start watering up, and she's like trying to hold it in, and I look at her, I was like, it's like the movie Dune was in my bag of chips.
And when he looked over, he had little crumbs on his glasses.
This was during our budget
This was
meeting.
during the like people were talking and serious and quiet, and he's
Missed
over there,
all of this.
Dude.
like you could hear his eyelids blinking. It was a situation.
Oh man,
That's
I'm so sad I missed that.
I am too.
The flavor,
The flavor sand. Well, what are some of your go-to snacks?
So yeah.
I mean, we know your
like,
road trip snack, but
If I want something sweet, I really love peanut M&Ms.
that's a good one.
Yeah, but I am currently like I can't talk about snacks much
Dude.
right now. I'm currently on a 3-day reset thing, and I can't have things,
Yeah.
and I'm trying to cut out lots of that stuff
Great.
You know what's gonna
in
happen?
general.
I have to stop at
But-
the grocery store on the way home from this. And I've been thinking about all these snacks. I got to pick up some stuff because we're having tacos tonight. And Erica's going to, she's going to be like, why did you get sweet chili Doritos? Why did you get spicy sour cream and onion? You got peanut M&Ms and sour punch straws and the marshmallows and whatever. You don't even like marshmallows, Jared. Like, why did you, I'm not,
Just listen to
my
the
whole
potluck
shopping cart's
thing.
going to be
That's what you gotta say.
not Dave
I do
Ramsey
love,
approved.
Little Debbie snack cakes as well.
Yep. I'm going to buy some of those too.
All of them. Like,
Okay, hot take on that. You ready? We just got, so I was ordering on Kroger, like on ClickList or whatever, and they had the Hostess snacks. I ordered Zingers. It's like a cake with like a little icing layer on top. It's just a Twinkie with icing.
Yeah.
Did we all know this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Yep.
Forget it.
yeah.
I feel like I just got hit in the face with flavor sand.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
what are some of your favorite snacks?
Well, I the Gushers are a go-to, but when it's like when I like a come home from school type of snack, you know, like come home from work, dinner's not ready yet, you need a snack. We got Go-Gurt in the freezer. That's an easy go-to. We do that because you think you're getting a treat. It's like a popsicle, but it's Go-Gurt, and so you're like, oh, look at me.
It's a little healthy for you.
But
Kinda
I
help-
just ate yogurt as a snack.
It helped because yogurt's full of probiotics, so it helps with your gut health.
Great.
Yeah, I think Anna just one-upped all of us. with her
Yeah,
snack
she's like,
choice.
I just go out to the yard and pick up some kale and.
No, I mean, like I really do love fruit. We keep fruit in the house. Fruit's a nice, easy snack. I love apples. I literally eat an apple almost every day. I love them. They're so awesome.
Apples are good.
And I like Cheez-Its. We keep the little Cheez-Its in the house. I like doing those.
Have you tried the Cheez-It Grooves?
No.
Yeah, they have something called the Cheez-It Groove, and the flavor of the all of time that you want to go for is white cheddar. I'm telling you, it is. It's not like a regular Cheez-It where it's like a hollow pillow, you know, where you kind of bite
That's
into
what I
it.
love about them.
No,
I love the
Yeah,
Cheez-It
grooves in it.
commercial about how they let their cheese mature.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of my favorite all-time
Oh, yeah,
commercials.
that's a pretty good
Yeah.
one.
I love that.
I think I'm not a huge snacker because I think I often don't get to have them. Like, I don't make a special trip to the store just for snacks.
I do.
Anthony does, but he works from home. So, like, he snacks all the snacks away.
Yeah.
So I told you guys I did the Kroger click list for snacks. All right. Well, I don't do a lot of snacks, but we have teenagers starting to come to our house for groups. Groups are starting up. We have teens meetings. So I was like, oh, I'll get some snacks. Cheryl, you guys all have children. I don't have any kids. So check out what I bought as a snack. It sounded delicious. They were called smoothies. They're like these little rectangles. Someone tell me what they were. Cheryl, tell me what they were. Because I tried one and I was like, what just happened inside of my mouth? It automatically went from like a chalky substance to instant slime. It's a baby snack. It's for babies. Babies.
I didn't even know what you were talking about.
Well, don't they tell you that on like the app? Like you can find this on aisle baby, or by baby 2 or whatever. I think it tells
Maybe
you
the
that on
Kroger's
that.
in Texas label their aisle via baby, but here that's not what happens.
And so you have these at your house?
Yeah, and I ate the whole bag because I spent money on it. Because that's who I am as a
He
person.
could have brought it for the
No, I
nursery.
get that too because I'm a cheapskate. And so,
It was like I was eating chalk
Oh my
slugs.
gosh.
yeah.
Well, I'll tell you this much. I've enjoyed so much of our conversations. I'm really looking forward to trying to segue because he's got a meeting, Pastor Anna. But I'm really looking forward to this next year. I'm really looking forward to our conversations. I think that God is going to continue to bless everything that we do, not only as individuals through our own personal ministries, but then also as a church as well. And hopefully we get more people listening to this. We're not upset by any means by the amount of listens. We just want our reach to be expounded upon. What's the word I'm looking for?
Multiply.
We just want to be helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
we think that what we're doing here is helpful.
Yeah.
And so if you do find us to be helpful, then help us get in front of more people. That's really like, because we don't really care about the number. We care about the person behind the number and trying to help them be
Yeah.
what God has made them to be, or to help them through a hard time. And so like that's what it's about. Like
Yeah.
if we're truly helping 60 or 70 people a week, I love that.
Yeah.
And if that's all God wants us to do, that's fine. We're cool with that. But if he has more, then we just want to be a blessing to the people that listen, and no matter how many that is.
Yeah.
I mean, shoot, we do the Extra Point podcast on Wednesdays, and most weeks 5 people listen to it. But for me, if 5 people are going deeper in their faith a week, then it's worth it.
Yeah.
That's good.
Awesome. What you got? You're going to make fun of me.
No.
You were making fun of me because
About
I'm so
what?
hungry and I couldn't think of the word.
No, I'm laughing because I totally was on a different thought process than what Pastor Scott went to, because he's the serious one. Anyway, no, I was just going to say that I would like to know what some of our listeners' favorite episode has been, or what they have found helpful. So if you watch this, leave it in the comments for us so we can know, or send us a message.
Future topics.
We'd love to know.
Even,
Future topics, all of that. Help set us up for the next year.
Yeah, it's a challenge, guys. I mean, we've only been asking you for a year to put this in, and today we got our first. Today we got our first one, user submitted, and I almost read it, but I was like, nope, that takes away the mystery of it. So it'll be something. Watch. It'll hang out in there for another year, probably.
Sit in the bottom forever.
Collecting dust with Scots. But no, thank you so much for this past year and all the listens that y'all have tuned in for doing that. We're looking forward to this next year. Tune in next week as we sit down with Megan Beha, Pastor Scott's wife, and we'll have a good conversation with her. But y'all have a great weekend, and we'll see you next Friday.
Bye.
Thank you so much for listening in with us today. We really appreciate it. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You can also follow us on social media, on Facebook, Instagram, and you can also watch the video version of this on YouTube as well. All you have to do is search up the Pastor's Potluck Podcast. From all of us here, we want to say thank you, and we'll see you next week.